Hey, what up, decisive marketers? Do you run a B2B business where you sell products or services to other businesses? So, if you do that, then you want to listen to this video closely because today's two is about LinkedIn marketing, right? So, the problem when it comes to LinkedIn marketing is that yes, we do get very high quality leads, but at the same time, it requires a lot of time spent to do this. So today, because of how LinkedIn is a social media profile, but it's also a professional network, then the problem is that we got to do that connection, reach out to people in a manual process, right? We got to do it on our own. So what you want to then be doing is to make use of this tool is called Linvo. It helps you to automate your LinkedIn outreach, right? So before we dive into Linvo, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content. So the first thing that you got to understand about Linvo is that Linvo comes with your own proxy. So let me just blur this out here. So what Linvo does is that it provides you with a proxy. So now, if you have watched some of my videos before on cold outreach or textile automation, stuff like that, then or social media automation. So one of the issue lies with social media automation, right? Um, is that if we make use of the tool that we are automating with, it uses the IP address, and everyone actually uses that same IP address, and then the social media network will then realize that we are trying to do something funny, and they would actually suspend our account. So what you want to do is to make use of a proxy. So if it's on the cloud, right, you got to make use of a proxy or a if you are using it on a desktop and you want to change your IP address, then you got to make use of a VPN, right? So what Linvo why Linvo is awesome is because they provide you with with a proxy already. So that means so Linvo LinkedIn automation actually works on the cloud, so it works, on its own for you, right? So you don't have to do anything. You just got to set when to turn it on, something like that. Whereas a lot of other LinkedIn tools, they are probably on the desktop base or the Chrome extension base, where it makes use of your own IP address, which is fine, but it takes up your processing, or it has to have a browser kept on so that it can automate on its own. So you may not want to make use of tools like that. So and you may get into trouble with your own IP address, hence you may even want to make use of a VPN while you're doing stuff like that. So if you make use of Linvo, it comes with that proxy that keeps you gives you a clean IP address so that you can automate your LinkedIn automation on the cloud. Okay, so the first thing here is once you log into Linvo, you have your email and how many actions you want to set per day, or by default it gives you 20. Okay, so what you want to do is to if you have maybe like a sales navigator account, then you may be able to increase the actions per day. So just take note that if you do too many actions, you may get it may come across like you are botting your LinkedIn account. So just something for you to take note of. Okay, and this is, you can actually create your own proxy. So every single account you have on your LinkedIn, okay, if you have a Linvo account attached to it, you can actually set your own proxy IP address. Okay, so the next thing is when do you want to set Linvo to be active? Okay, when do you want to set Linvo to be active? So so for me, I have set it to 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Mondays to Fridays. Okay, so one thing that you need to note is that when you set this working hours, you should not log in to your LinkedIn account while Linvo is active, because then LinkedIn could detect that, hey, you are logging into this device which is of this IP and also on your own device itself. However, of course, you can set your proxy location. So I've already set it to Singapore, right? So which is a good thing. Technically, it is less risky for you to be logged into a proxy location where it's in Singapore and you are logging in yourself manually in Singapore itself. Okay, so this is something to take note of. And then they do have Zapier integration in there. Okay, so this is where the analytics comes in, because I've only just started running this right now. So you can actually see that it has already sent out a connection request. Okay, it's already sent out a connection request. And then what you want to be doing is to run a campaign. So with this campaign right here, okay, so how it works, right, is currently there are 380 contacts that I want to be reaching out to. Okay, so technically it's going to do 20 connections requests per day, right? So it's going to take me 19 days on the weekdays. So it will take me a month to go through all 380 contacts right here. Okay, so this campaign that I have is I am trying to get people to join my WooCommerce Singapore community, right? So in fact, a lot of some people might not know who are watching this right now. I'm actually the I'm actually the event organizer for the official Singapore WooCommerce community, right? So I'm actually officially appointed by WooCommerce. Okay, so I'm trying to grow the community here in Singapore, and I'm actually making use of Linvo to do this by reaching out to people in LinkedIn who have an interest in WooCommerce or actually work with WooCommerce, right? So so in the campaign, it's very simple. Just name your campaign, and this is the link, right? So what you want to be doing is very simple. You just need to search within LinkedIn itself, okay? And then you can set the filters that you want. Okay, set the filters that you want, whether you want to, outreach to people that you don't have a connection with, or with people that you have already have a connection with. So you can actually talk to people with that you've already connected, right, within your connection. Okay, so I am connecting with second and third degree people. That means people that I don't actually know myself. So I'm reaching out to them to get them to join the Singapore WooCommerce community Facebook group and the meetup group, right? So I've set it to Singapore. So once you have set all these filters, all you need to do is to grab the entire URL and paste it in here. Okay, just paste it in here. Or of course, if you have a bunch of links here, then you can of course upload a CSV file in here. Okay, and who do you want to connect with? Whether it's just men or women or both. Okay, right. And then you can also redraw invitations every week if you want to. That means if you reach out to them and after a week there's no accept on the invitation, then you can redraw that as well. So I'm just going to uncheck that so that it does not remove those invitations, right? Okay, so the so the first message that I have right here is the first step is always to connect, right? If it's with your second degree connections, is you want to connect with them, and then I go, hello, this name, how is it going? I see that you use WooCommerce. I'm actually the volunteer event organizer for the official WooCommerce Singapore community, and I would like to invite you to join our meetups as an attendee, volunteer, or even as a speaker. So could we connect? Okay, so I'm asking for a connection, and then what happens is then I can send a message after this. Okay, so thanks whoever. Here's our meetup group, and this is our Facebook group where all our events are live streamed into. Hope you can join us, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay, so this is just a very simple one, but what you can do also, you can actually fetch their email. Okay, you can actually fetch their email. You can grab that email, and then you can make use of Zapier and zap it to a CRM or email marketing tool, and send it to them, right? Okay, so you can continue to add more steps in here. So this is your automated messages that go up, and then you have all your contacts in here. Okay, so this is the first person that I have connected. I've already sent him a connection request, right? So this person right here is a e-commerce and marketing manager of this company here called Arista Singapore. Okay, Arista Singapore. Okay, so so you can see all your connections in here. Okay, and then next is pods. Okay, so pods are actually a added feature that, to be honest, I don't think that Linvo requires this, but I guess because they have a community of LinkedIn users, right? Because you got there are two works with LinkedIn, so they actually added this feature right here where you can actually join communities in here. They call it pods, and when you join them, you can actually have a post. So you can actually put a post in there, and if you like other people's posts within the pod itself, they will then give you a like back. Okay, so and because Linvo does this, so it's being automated, right? This process, and of course you can join 4 different pods, and you can create 4 different pods as well, and you can give 30 likes and get 30 likes for your pods, right? So this is pretty much what Linvo does. I think that it is very interesting because Linvo comes with its own proxy, right? And you got to pay for, usually with some tools you got to buy or subscribe to your own proxy where you have to pay that fee on a monthly basis, and Linvo already provides you with that proxy, and it also does that automation for you on the cloud, so you don't have to actually be working to you don't actually have to be using your LinkedIn for that connection itself. And lastly, also they have a added feature for the pod, so you can try and get better reach for your LinkedIn post itself. And I guess that's all I have in this video. Overall, I think that Linvo is a efficient LinkedIn automation tool, but you got to be careful with your daily actions every day. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about Linvo in the comments below. And lastly, if you know anyone who could benefit from Linvo, be sure to share this video with them, and I'll see you in my next video.